Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. Hope that you're having a wonderful day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Maybe it's the morning with you as it is here, or you're just starting the end of the day. You've been to work and you come home and now you're just settling down to relax for the evening. And, I've got some ideas I want to chat with you about that in a minute. But first, my tea, if I can find it, lemon ginger. I decided to have a lemon ginger today because I like ginger, turmeric, all those fruits, and I guess they're spices, and add a little bit of stevia sugar and just enjoy it. It's really nice tea. What's your favorite tea? I ask you this now and again, but I'm always looking for good ideas. So lemon ginger is my tea today. But I do also, before we get started with the topic that we're going to chat about today, want to thank our sponsor for the show today, and that's Puritan's Pride. Now, we talk a lot about well-being and health on 60 and Me. We do think it is one of the most important things you can focus on, and there's lots of ways to approach it. But you can visit the Puritan's Pride website, and you can check out how the right nutrition can help you actually have a little bit better lifestyle and get more out of life in your 60s. So thanks to Puritan's Pride. Now, the topic I wanted to chat about today, I actually had a little bit of experience with this yesterday, and it's kind of something that was on my mind. And that is, do you ever feel great during the day? You've done all kinds of wonderful things. You've been out and about and got lots accomplished. And then in the evening, you just start to feel like your spirits are kind of dipping, and you just can't relax. You can't get to sleep. You can't well, it's not so much sleeping, but it's just relaxing. And I think there's some ideas. One of our bloggers, Elizabeth Martin, wrote this article about 4 ways to end the day with positivity. And that's, I think, what we mean, rather than just being tired and not being able to sleep. It's feeling good about the day, feeling good about yourself. Did you do all the things you wanted, and do you feel positive? So, first thing she talks about, which is one that we always chat about, and it's fairly basic, and that is to watch what you consume. Now, you should always wait a couple of hours after you have your dinner. I know that certain countries like to have their dinner late. In France and in Spain, it's 10 o'clock before anybody settles down sometimes for a meal. But if you want to just feel good about yourself physically, it's best not to eat too much that's heavy and just build this guilt trip about, oh, it's after 8 and I'm eating chocolate. Just don't do it. I mean, if you can put it away somewhere or just limit yourself, it just makes you feel more positive, so that you're not feeling like you've let yourself down or you've eaten too late. Just know yourself. That's the secret, really, is to know yourself. Now, it's fine to have a glass of wine, but it's going to give you that sort of temporary lift, and that's important to recognize that sometimes you have a drink about 6 o'clock, 7, and then by 9 or 10, you're kind of feeling a little low. So be careful what you consume. That's physically. Now, other thing is, be careful what you watch. Now, a lot of us are into watching favorite shows on Netflix or those kinds of channels where you're binge watching the latest and greatest, and you've watched 3 episodes and you're still not done. Maybe you're like me. I was a news junkie. I watched the news all the time. I still do. But part of it, I think, was because as my career, I always worked in the news and communications business, and I always had the news on. I worked at the BBC for a while, and, you've got a screen behind you all the time flashing the news activities. And also now at home, I often leave it on while I'm working. And it just there's an undertone to it that keeps you kind of agitated and expecting something next, to happen. It's a tough one because you want to be informed, but on the other hand, there is always this breaking news mentality on a lot of the channels that makes you feel like you just have to pay attention all the time. So that's one thing to watch too, what you consume with your eyes. Then there's tackling those lonesome blues. If you're living alone, it's all right most of the time. And during the day, you're busy, you've got pets, and you're, walking the dog, and you're doing all these kind of, really constructive things. But then in the evening, it hits you. You're alone. You haven't got someone by your side. Perhaps you're divorced, or you've lost your partner. Your friends have moved away, or your kids have left home. You could just easily slip into a one-woman pity party. And sometimes that's okay, go for it. But most of the time, it's better to just, do things that pull yourself out of those moods. So what can you do? Okay, you can invite someone over for dinner, have someone to come and have dinner with you, a girlfriend or friend. Just say, hey, you want to have dinner with me? Or you can, just take your dinner and go out, or take a snack or something and go outside and eat on a park bench and, just engage yourself in the world. Just do something other than sit at a table and eat. Have a chat on the phone with someone that you know and love. Maybe your grandkid or one of your close friends, somebody that's going to say, how are you doing? That's such a good question to be asked. How are you feeling? How are you doing? I think that's something that, makes you feel like someone cares, and you don't feel quite so alone and isolated. Another thing to do, of course, is to get moving. And I won't dwell on this because I know we talk about it a lot, but just getting out and having a walk or going to the gym, having a swim. That's another cool thing to do. If you have a swimming pool in your community, go out and have a swim. It can be so refreshing and energizing, especially on a hot day. It's just things that make you feel like you're doing good for yourself. That's where that positivity comes from. So I think that, just dance around your room like no one is looking. Trust me, no one really cares at all. You can do whatever you like. Do some yoga. We've got a yoga program that we recommend, and I practice it and love it. Maybe Pilates, but do some dancing, stretching, do some jazzercise, whatever, but just do something. And finally, I think this is important, and Elizabeth mentions this in her own life, is to create some rituals. Create some rituals that work for you. If it's maybe sitting down and writing in a journal, is it putting some words into a joy jar? I think she calls them. Her joy jar is, full of little pieces of paper that she writes different gratitude messages on and fills it up and reads them when, it's just a habit to do it every day. Is it maybe to read some poetry? Do you read? Is that part of your evening ritual? Maybe you have to give yourself a little scalp massage, or just sort of maybe just give yourself a body massage. Just get some oils and have a shower, have a bath, and just put some nice oils on. Take your makeup off and smile. Look in the mirror and say, you're okay. You're doing great. Give yourself that ritual of calming down. I mean, I turn my computer off. I meditate for a little bit. I sometimes will do some of my crafts, just something with my hands. But there's lots of facial exercises that you can do too, and massage with face oils. So just make yourself a ritual that you do every day, and it's something that makes you feel good. And then Joy has one suggestion, and I kind of like this one. It's fold your arms across your heart, or rub your shoulders and your upper arms. And just give yourself a really big hug. Just breathe in and say, thank you. I love you. I love you. And love yourself. I know this sounds so trite and so simple, but just try it. Put your hands across your heart, hold your shoulders, and give yourself a big hug. You're doing okay. You really are. What else can I say? Do you have an evening routine that you use that helps you to end your day with positivity? What's your evening ritual? Let's hear about it. Let's leave comments for one another. And if you've got something on your mind right now, leave it in the section below, and let's reach out and hug each other and give some support. We're sisters over 60 here. We're trying our best to make the most of life in our 60s. And this is what 60 and Me is all about. We're here for you. So take care of yourselves. Tell us what do you have an evening routine that helps you to feel good at the end of the day? Just leave it in the comment section below. Have a really wonderful evening or day, whatever's ahead of you guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Take good care. Bye-bye for now.